I just wanted to preface this video by saying I'm not against anybody and their religion or whatever religion they choose to be a part of, whatever God they want to worship. I'm not against that at all. What I am against, though, is when people use their religion to oppress and discriminate and eventually harm other people, especially people that are the opposite or not of their religion. I think that's just extremely hypocritical and extremely harmful. And I really hate when people use my religion, Christianity. I hate when people use Christianity to dehumanize, discriminate, harm people. That is one of the reasons why I'm making this video. Again, I don't hate Christianity. I don't hate Christians. If that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to believe. I also do not agree with it when it interferes with other people's rights, when it is crossing that boundary of church and state, right? One of the main reasons that we have church and state, a separation of church and state, is because back in the day, right, when Europeans came over to America, they were escaping the church and they wanted religious freedom. So that's why we have that right of separation of church and state. Government cannot declare a national religion, and they should not be passing laws that force a religion or force a obvious religious rule, right? And that goes the same for Islam or Hinduism or Judaism. None of those religions should be a part of our government and our laws. I am very big on religious freedom. So that's why I made this video. I just wanted to say that real quick.
Senior Pastor Doug Wilson makes no apologies for his beliefs on God and country.
I'd like to see the town be a Christian town. I'd like to see the state be a Christian state. I'd like to see the nation be a Christian nation. I'd like to see the world be a Christian world.
And now Wilson's controversial views as a Christian nationalist are gaining sway in the nation's center of power with the recent opening of his new
I feel like, I don't know, 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, if you called yourself a Christian nationalist, like, that's insane. Like, you would have gotten, like, run out of town. Not literally, but, like, theoretically, right? Like, they would have looked at you like a nut job. And now politicians call themselves that. A lot of people on the right call themselves a Christian nationalist, which is just insane to me. Insane. Which basically means they want to make Christianity the national religion and put that essentially as like in law, right? Of you have to do this, this, and this. It's kind of already happening in Texas because they have to have the Ten Commandments on the walls in classrooms. And I believe some schools are required to have a Bible in the class as well. It's like we're slowly getting to this point of Christian nationalism. And the normalization, that's part of it. That plays a big part.
Church and high-profile parishioners like Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Yes, so every society is theocratic. The only question is who's theo. In a secular democracy, it would be demos, the people. In a Christian republic, it'd be Christ.
Well, what would you say to someone watching this and say, look, I'm a Muslim. Who are you to say your worldview is better than mine, that your God is better than
Get the hell out.
mine?
Well, if I went to Saudi Arabia, I would fully expect to live under their God's rules.
But you said earlier that you want this to be a Christian
Good thing this isn't fucking Saudi Arabia, buddy. One of the main reasons that Europeans came over to America was to escape the church. These people are insane.
world.
Yes.
So you want to supplant their religion with your Christian.
Yes, by peaceful means, by sharing the gospel. There's a lot of work yet to do. I believe that we are working our little corner of the vineyard.
Wilson's Little Corner, a picturesque campus nestled on the outskirts of downtown Moscow, Idaho, is growing by the day with thousands of like-minded Christians. Parishioners of his church, known as Kirkers, own and operate several businesses downtown, next to liberal college town stores.
If it's true,
Why did he yell boo? Because it's
because of me.
because of you.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's a
They're just walking down the street and he gets booed. Maybe think to yourself, why am I getting booed right now? Like just local community people are booing me.
Unusual.
A big focus of his Christian movement is on a patriarchal society where men are dominant and women are expected to submit to their husbands.
Women are the kind of people that people come out of.
so you just think they're meant to have babies. That's
Well,
it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any talent to simply reproduce biologically. The wife and mother, who is the chief executive of the home, is entrusted with 3 or 4 or 5 eternal souls.
I'm here as a working journalist and I'm a mom of 3.
Good for you.
Is that an issue
No?
for you?
No, it's not automatically an issue.
Josh and Amy Prenz, along with their 4 kids, moved here from Washington State.
Do you see Amy as your equal?
Yes and no, in the sense that we're both saved by grace. We're absolutely on equal footing.
Because we're Christian, we're even. But because she's a woman, no. Dude, these people are fucking insane.
But we have very different purposes, God-given.
Her purpose, according to him, is to have babies and to cook and clean and stay in the kitchen, right?
Do you see yourself as the head of the household, as the man?
He is the head of our household.
This only works, like this dynamic only works if the woman is submissive. That's the only way this dynamic works. So if we have, obviously the oppressor is the men in the situation, but the more and more that women speak up and voice their opinion and stand up for themselves, the better.
Yes, and I do submit to him.
So like moving here
I was just
was
gonna say that.
ultimately your decision.
Yes,
That's a great
example.
Wilson says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be able to vote. His fellow pastors Jared Longshore and Toby Sumter agree.
In my ideal society, we would vote as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote, but I would cast the vote having discussed it with my household.
But what if your wife doesn't want to vote for the same person as you?
Right. Well, then that's a great opportunity for a good discussion.
There are some who have gone
Discussion, yeah. Who gets to go to the ballot box is the person who's going to decide what they vote on, man. There's no discussion happening. Shut the fuck up.
so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that.
Surprise, surprise.
And I'd support it on the basis that the atomization that comes with our current system is not good for humans.
And Wilson, a veteran himself,
According to you. So you should decide for what's best for all women and all families in the United States. Great.
is unapologetic about his view that
Church, it's all men.
All white men. I mean, you are in Idaho, so
Do you accept women in leadership roles in the church?
hell no. They should be in the kitchen, like I said. Like they said.
And government?
In the church, no.
Why?
Because the Bible says not to.
Well, that's not what happens in the Bible. Women do
They cut to him. I think she's a Catholic priest.
lead all the time.
progressive faith leader Reverend Jennifer Butler is concerned about Wilson's growing influence.
He is rapidly gaining in power. He has hundreds of churches established around the country. They actually literally want to take over towns and cities, and they have access to this administration.
Wilson is part of a broader Christian nationalist movement making inroads with the Trump administration, with a newly created faith office led by evangelical pastor Paula White.
Listen, there is nothing wrong, obviously, with being religious. There's nothing wrong with being a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew. It has to be separate from the government. Separation of church and state. But we have to keep that out of the laws and out of policy. We have to. Or else we are becoming, and I would argue we are becoming, a Christian nationalist country.
And people seen right outside the White House entrance praying and speaking in tongues.
We are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word.
How precious!
And now there's a monthly prayer service at the Pentagon, initiated by Hegseth, Wilson's highest level connection to the administration.
I want to remind you guys, this is the second in command of the military. This is the second in command of the military. Trump has control of nukes. This guy is second in command. A Fox News neo-Nazi actor, guy who just keeps leaking military plans.
It's not organizationally tied to us, but it's the kind of thing we love to see.
For his part, Hegseth has publicly praised Wilson.
The Doug Wilsons and the others.
Wilson's influence spans the globe with more than 150 churches. Lennox Califungwa moved to Moscow from Africa.
It's really because I wanted to be a part of a community that was doing something and building Christian institutions.
Are there other black families in this community?
Oh, absolutely. There's a few black families.
There's one.
Please.
Wilson maintains all are welcome to his church, but he's also not shying away from his past controversial statements on race.
Here we fucking go. Guys, when we have Christian nationalism, at the end of the day, it's all rooted in supremacy, white nationalism, the KKK, slavery, slave owners, all that stuff, right?
You still believe what you said back in the 90s, that there's a mutual affection between master and slave?
Yes, it depends on which master and which slave you're talking about. Slavery was overseen and conducted by fallen human beings, and there were horrendous abuses, and there were also people who owned slaves who were decent human beings.
This guy's a fucking freak.
Mistreat them. I think that system of chattel slavery was an unbiblical system, and I'm grateful it's gone.
There is no national religion, so, and this is the root of why I hate this shit. Is there is no national religion. Not everybody in America is a Christian. So how are you going to pass strictly Christian laws and put them into policy? And it's only going to be used to oppress people, right? And control and oppress people. It's sick. It's sick.
Like,
psycho, man.
Goal is to bring about the second coming of Christ through his work.
Oh man.
And rejects critics' claims he's trying to make the dystopian world of The Handmaid's Tale a reality.
I'm not a white nationalist. I'm
not a white nationalist, but I think there were good people that owned slaves.
not a fascist. I'm not
a fascist, but I want to pass laws based on my religion and oppress people using those laws who are not Christian. But I'm not a fascist.
I'm not a racist.
Again, I'm not a racist, but I believe that there were good people that owned slaves. Okay.
Not a misogynist.
I'm not a misogynist. I just don't think women should be able to vote, and they're not equal to me. They're below me. But I'm not a misogynist. No.
how far off do you see a Christian nation, like a full-on Christian theocracy?
Oh, 250 years.
250 years.
Yeah, honestly, that's yes.
What you see. But you do think it will happen?
Yes, I do. We're not going to usher in anything ourselves. We're really genuinely pioneers.
Now, luckily, there's a lot of judges and Democratic politicians that are fighting back. So hopefully, we don't have a Christian nationalist country by 2028. But I don't know. Trump is literally talking about running for a third term. So what's stopping him from doing this, right? And he's got all the money to do it. He's got all the support to do it. He's got the Heritage Foundation support and Project 2025. You know, the stepping stones are there. He just has to follow it.